Well, welcome along to another episode. Join us as we just leaving Dolyhir Quarry just there, and we're going to make our way back to Chepstow with this Bell B30 on. See, look how scenic this area is. It's outstanding, the drive in this place in mid Wales, but we're literally just on the border, a couple of miles on the road we cross over into England. So it's but look at that. We got a nice scenic route on the way back. We got to go through Pemberton, we got to go through Leicester, Hereford, and then unfortunately we can't go down to Monmouth from Ross and Wye. We've got to go up the M50 and then down the M5, just because the width restriction that they got in place, and us unable to get, because of that one width restriction, we're not able to get movement orders going in down the 449/A40. So we've got to go up the M50 and then down the M5 to get to Chepstow. So it does add on a little bit of extra time, but it is what it is. It's part and parcel of the job that we got to hit these diversions. It's like going back a few months ago before Christmas. We couldn't go across the Severn Bridge, so we had to go all the way up the 449, up the M50 to head back down south. So it was a 2 to 2.5 hour diversion, depending on what you're loaded with. So you can see how much of a palaver that does make, like, you know, and how much it does the costs as well, like, you know, because obviously it's extra hours, isn't it? So the cost ain't going to be the same because it's extra mileage. So it's always that's the trouble. But unfortunately, with this regular road closure, which is down on the A40/A449, it's because of a landslide. So they've got a contraflow system on the other side of the dual carriageway, the lower half of the dual carriageway, while they repair the top half. So, you know, you might have seen it on the past few videos where they haven't, you know, taken them a while to repair it. It's purely because if they start digging in there, it could slide again. So they've got to make sure everything's safe. So having that road shut is more than likely going to make it safe. But how long it's going to be shut for? Who knows? Who knows? But places like this, then, it means that we've got to. It means that we've got to divert. Still a little bit slippy here. Lost a bit of traction there, pulling off. See, we're in Wales at the moment, and literally just by here is where we cross the border into Herefordshire, which means that we go into England. And that's it, see, no tolls, nothing, straight into England. Lower with that, you know, there was no border control or nothing. And like that, we're in England, different country, although it looked the same as what it was when we were just looking at it from back there. But anyway, this is now where I'm an alien. I don't belong in this country. I'm from Wales, so I'm an alien to England. So news. I really need you, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to push to 1,000 subscribers, and for some bizarre reason, the way YouTube is working at the moment, this happened to me in the past, where my views dropped down dramatically from, you know, I mean, like before, when this happened, before it was about 2,000 views, and it went up to about 1,000 views. It dropped down to a couple of hundred, and it went up to 1,000 views, and then it's dropped back down to a couple of hundred again. So my the algorithm isn't pushing my content out there for no reason. Like I'm getting less views than what I've got subscribers. So I really need your help at the moment. What I need you to do is, if you really enjoy watching my videos, or if you just fancy giving me a hand, then please like the video, comment on it, you know, even say, hi Tim, how you doing, I hope everything's fine, you know, I mean, something like that. And you know, if you're feeling really generous, then just, you know, give us a share, like. But if you haven't done so already, what I really need you to do is subscribe to the channel, because along with that, what happens is that you take a dip in subscribers as well. every time you're checking it, like this week alone, when I've recorded it, this video is probably a couple of weeks back, so a couple of weeks ago then, when this was being recorded, I had, during a week, I had actually lost about 6 subscribers. And the thing is, when you're on a channel this small and you're trying to grow and everything, you really need them subscribers, especially when you're trying to hit milestones. Now, one of the milestones I need to hit is 1,000 subscribers. That is my next goal. You know what I mean? So I really need you, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, please. And let's get us to one step closer to that 1,000 goal. It doesn't, every single subscriber counts. So even if you don't like my videos, just subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? What difference does it make? It makes a lot of difference to me. You know what I mean? It does make a lot of difference to me. So if you could do them things for me, it'd be really much appreciated, as it would benefit me with regards to the way YouTube is working currently at the moment in time. Like, so this is a much needed, I wouldn't say a cry for help, but definitely something that I need you guys to help me out on. So we're just passing the outskirts of Kington here now. Obviously you've got the old village down there where we definitely can't drive through, because that is like an old sort of like Tudor sort of village, if I remember rightly, where you got the white and black buildings, with the timbers on the outside and everything. That's that sort of area. This general area is sort of dated around about that time as well. Like, you'll see now when we go through Pembleton what it's like. You might have seen it on one of my shorts or one of my previous videos. This is Pembridge. I missed the sign on the way and I didn't start recording quick enough. But this, look at this village, you know what I mean? It's, look at this. It just means it's like going back in time. If there was no cars here, and it was like, carts and horses and stuff like that, you know what I mean? This is what they would experience, like, you know what I mean? And obviously, this road probably wasn't tarmac at the time. It was probably cobbled or something like that coming through here. But you can see how narrow it is, because the way the buildings were built at the time. I got all my lights going, and they had plenty of time to push through or wait back here, and then I've got to try to drive around them to compensate for their mistake. You know what I mean? Where they can see I got all the lights flashing. It's not for the faint-hearted or anything like that. They could just wait a little bit further back for me to come through and make my life a little bit easier. But no, they they decide that they're coming through. It's the trouble, they don't actually see how wide I am. So like this car now, plenty of times to stop. You can still see he was still driving up to me regardless of how many times he could have stopped. As soon as he came around that bend, he could have pulled in and stopped on this wider section. But this is the way people think, like, you know what I mean? I came through here this morning with no machine on, and I had about 6 cars behind me, and a woman expected me to reverse and she had nothing behind her. We were going out. Anyway, that's our village. I wanted to show you that. It's one of my favourite villages to drive through and all. And there's the track. Nice and straight, look. All the way down to Hereford. So I think the road's been closed here during the night, because the diversion is phenomenal. The diversion. That's nice of you, matey boy. I know what I'll do. I'll just pull out. Even though I'm not going the same way as you, I'm just going to pull out in front of you anyway. What an idiot. So yeah, this road is closed during the nights at the moment. There's a bit of flooding around this area as well. As you can see, there's a couple of little puddles in the field there now, but it'll get worse as we get further down. See a large patch of it down there now, all flooded. It's quite regular this gets flooded down there. I've seen it so bad that it's patches of the road have been flooded as well, like around this area. It was last year, I think it was, so we were driving through the floods. At the moment it's just contained to the fields, see? The road and the railway track is just high enough not to be bothered by it. Bear in mind, we haven't had rain in the last, probably about the last day we haven't had heavy rain, and it's, you can see it's not draining away at the moment. Well, this area is flooded as well, look. You see it, all where the river's running. So obviously bursts banks and it's covering the fields, look, all the way across to the bottom of the valley of. It's more than likely floodplains. But it shows the volume of rain that we've had over the last few weeks. The ground is saturated; it can't take any more, like, so it's not being absorbed into the ground. It's going straight into the rivers, running off the ground, and the rivers can't take it, so it's got to go somewhere. So we've come into Hereford now. Unfortunately, we've got this tractor in front of us. Hopefully he goes somewhere that we're not going, because at the moment, even though this is a little bit of a 2-lane section down here, I'm a bit wide to pass him. It's a bit of a downer. So the only way for me to pass him is if he's going the same way, is if he were to pull in to a lay-by off the road. You can see he's a lot quicker off a mark than what we are as well, because he's a lot lighter. We're just coming past the football ground, if you want to know where we are. Just seen on the left hand side here. There it is. Hereford football ground. And you got the railway station not far from here, and then you got this, I think it's city near Hereford. You got the city centre then. Just over there. I think it's a city, you know. Could be wrong, could be town. I think it is a city. I think it's got a cathedral in it. I'm gonna actually go around on the right hand lane, just so I got a bit more space to get past him, and then if he is going the same way as me, he can be behind me rather than being in the front. So then remember, once we get past these traffic lights, I can merge back over to the left where I need to be for the 49. The thing is, if he is going the same way as me, where he is at the moment, he's got a very good chance that he could get in front of me, because he's faster than what I am pulling off. Yeah, it is a city. Look, it says there, parking city centre. I thought it was. I know it's an old bylaw, and it says, oh, it's Wednesday today actually, but we're 2 hours too late. So basically, in Hereford Centre, an Englishman could still kill a Welshman on this old bylaw with a longbow at 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. And this has been recorded on a Wednesday, but it's been oh, come on, Van, what are you doing? There we are, he's actually, if the indicator wants to stay on, there we go. Decided that he doesn't want to sit next to me. Happy days. Yeah, so it is now 10 past 2 on a Wednesday, so we've missed it by 2 hours. We're now safe, because it's got to be on the strike of midday. And I've just realised that there's another tractor in front of us. Oh my god, like. I don't know where this car's going. Where the white line, you want to be on the right hand side of it. There we go. Have you ever noticed taxis always travel slower when they got passengers to make that extra bit of money? When they're on their own, you swear to God, they got a rocket up behind them. They go like there's no tomorrow. This car's going to get a little bit of a fright now when they see us coming through. See, why? You're practically in front of the car and you've decided to slow down deliberately. So when he gets the lights, because there was no need for that. You can see how swollen the river is coming through here as well. Look at that. Murky brown colour. I hope our tractor is going somewhere else. But he's in the lane for the 49. And only my luck, we get past them and there'll be another one in front. It all depends how far they go in. The trouble is, years ago, farmers used to own a small little bit of land. Nowadays, farmers own a lot of land and they got to travel in between their land, which they got to travel a lot further distances, which means they're on the road for longer. But with the scrap that he's got in the back of that, he could be going to a scrap yard. I don't know what this taxi driver's doing, but you know, let's make a move, like. It wouldn't surprise me if our farmer's taking that to a scrapyard, so I'm just trying to think if there's any scrapyards around here, like, innit? No. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any. But we are coming out to the outskirts now of Hereford, so it wouldn't surprise me that he'll be turning left of these set of traffic lights up here, because I'm sure it's an industrial estate up that neck of the woods. And where there's an industrial estate, there's more likely to be a scrapyard. Hopefully that way we'll get past him. He is keeping over to the left. Only good thing is now that we're back a little bit further, we should be able to go through the lights a little bit easier without having cars come around us. Because what normally happens is that when we queue in just a bit further up here, we'll have cars, even though I'll hold the two lanes, we'll have cars come around us or sit next to us because they want to get in front of us, and then they cause a little bit of an issue, like, you know what I mean, with themselves. Whereas if we can get through because I'll take up the 2 lanes to stop the overtaking, because it's just safer, because we got to go through a little bit of narrow sections, and yeah, it is turning left. Look, happy days. Like I'd be holding 2 lanes here, and they'd be in the 3rd lane to dart across, like, innit? You know, just to get in front. Now we're not travelling any difference in speed, but you can see now, by here now is the bottleneck. It comes back into 1. So it's actually safer to to hold them 2 out. I was having a look to see if where the other tractor was going, but he's got held up by a red light. Whether you would have gone left as well. So we're just coming up to Ross and Y sort of area. It's actually Ross and Y. Ross and Y is just literally just in front of us over there, so this is just the outskirts of it. As you can see, that yellow sign there, saying that we can't go A40 south, which is what I was talking about earlier on. A40, A449. They share the same road, which is why they're both. So this is why we got to go north. And this is why the movement orders had to be routed now, because of that ban for us going through there. But it flooded up this neck of the woods as well. You can see it quite a bit there. And over to our left. Definitely risen above past his banks. And literally just over there in Ross and Y is a pub which sits next to the river. Lovely pub, really lovely pub. I haven't been there for years, but the last time I was there, I'd highly recommend it. A nice setting, especially in the summer. You sit down there, you can have a nice orange juice or lemonade, and you're sitting there next to the river on a picnic bench. We can have food there, whatever. You know, the food's nice there. Definitely a place I recommend. So we got the DVSA test centre just coming up on the right hand side. It was closed for yonks, but now it is open. And you're going to see they've managed to capture a few people there. A van probably overloading issues. They check all sorts of stuff there. So if we were coming down, we'd probably be pulled in, just to be checked, but obviously can't come. Well, if we were going to Hereford, if we were going over to Dolyhir where we just come from, we'd be coming past them. But Wiltshire bought it off the bought that site, so since they've bought it, it's been open a lot more regular than what it was, because it was closed for quite some time. You've never seen it open, like, but now may as well go, mate. You're half out on the road anyway, otherwise I'd have had to change lanes to get past you. There we go. Yeah, so that DVSA centre, which is Driver Vehicle Standards Agency, used to be called VOSA, Vehicle something 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 something. Anyway, the DVSA was obviously they operate out of there now. But their role is to make sure that commercial vehicles and cars as well are up to standard. So when you take a car for an MOT, it'll be a DVSA authorised person there to test the vehicle to make sure it's fit for the road. But with commercial vehicles as well, what they tend to find, especially what we've seen there now, you've seen a van with a car on the back. Now that van could be rated to 3.5 tonne, but with the weight of the car and its load that it could take could be 750 kilos, and that's all you could take. But more times than not, the car's 1.4 tonne, which is twice that weight, which therefore puts him 750 kilos overweight. So that's what they're trying to stop, and on that certain aspect. But they also check things like, you know, like with us for example, they check our tacho to make sure we oblige within we are operating within the tacho laws, which is right across country. Wherever you go, it's the same tacho laws. Also as well, they check on they make sure the vehicle is maintained correctly, that is no serious defects or any defects that could cause harm to other road users. so they just make sure that that is all sorted. And yes, it does. Some of the defects can fall back on the driver, because if they say that we should have noticed it on our first use check, then it's down to us. Why do we take the vehicle out on the road knowing it was in an unfit condition? So certain things like that, like the other things they check in, especially with this sort of stuff, is paperwork. They make sure that the paperwork has all been done correctly, and that everything matches up the way it should match up. Bit of a strange one this is. I literally just seen there was a police officer just up the road now putting a stinger back into his car there, but if you look in here now, you got a police car holding everything up just there. You got another one there, so I don't know what the actual case is, and you got another one coming up the back here, so whether they've managed to sting a car, but I haven't seen any police cars going up, like, so whether they, what it was, has gone the other way and he had to recover the stinger. Interesting. Cause a bit of a traffic build up, oh. So whatever it was, looks like they managed to stop it here, is it? Or is that a police car as well? No, that's, I think that's, oh, I don't know. But maybe that's why the stinger was out, because of that Ford Focus there. Because that Ford Focus is the only one without having lights on the car there. So they probably, that's why they chased that Ford Focus, managed to bring it to a stop here. And then that stinger, which was deployed, ready for him to come through. Interesting, you don't see that every day. So he was pulling the stinger back in, and because they're ready to stop him further down. Someone's been in the naughty books, and it wasn't a rubbish car either. It was quite a high-end car, that Ford Focus. It was more likely an RS or an ST by the looks of it, and I'm sure I'll have to have a look back at the footage. But, it looked in good nick anyway. Whoever it was who after the driver, because the passenger was still in the seat. And you overtook me and braked for what apparent reason? Strange with that. You do find them like that, they overtake you, brake, pull back in, they'll slow down so that you overtake them, so they get another look at you. That's quite a common one. But I think this one's going to be coming off at the next junction. Okay, here then. We got a low profile army vehicle. Couldn't tell you what that was. And another one, but obviously they're wide, hence why we got the escorts. Quite a few escorts for that. That is the M5 part of our journey almost completed. We're just about to come off here now to go on to the M4. See a couple of just in things on the way down. I see with that police. Shame I didn't capture the bit with the stinger. But yeah, definitely interesting with the police there, because that's not something you see every day. It's probably they stopped him because he hadn't paid his TV license. That's what I reckon. More than likely. So we're just going to come off this branch here now onto the M4, and then carry on our way towards Caldicot. So we haven't done bad, if I'm honest. So that is our journey completed. Unfortunately with this one I'm not going to be able to record with loading and unloading of it. It's just one of them things, unfortunately. Tell you what, this bus I've been stuck behind it for some time now, and every time I want to get past it, there's something coming the other way. I can get past it on this occasion. There we go. See if anything's being loaded. We've got buildings in the way. But yes, we've come to the end of our journey. from Dolyhir down. It's not too bad. We've made a nice bit of progress, to be honest with you. So we're going to get this dropped off and then find out what else we got to do then. Probably go to our next location to collect something else. So there's nice easy jobs. But other than that, remember, if you want to help our channel out, you can do so in a few ways. You can go onto the website truckertimbo.com and go onto the about page and you can click on buy us a coffee, or you can go into the description below and use the link there to buy us a coffee as well. The other way then is that you can hit the super thanks at the bottom of the video, and then slide it to the amount that you want to donate to the channel. And then the other way then or give to the channel, I should say, or the other way is that you can use the join button and become a member of the channel, which is a monthly subscription then, depending on what tier that you want to purchase. So then ways you can help out the channel. Remember, as I was saying earlier on, YouTube's not liking me at the moment. Really need this content to be pushed out, so if you can like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and share the video if you really could, like, or chuck a comment down below. All the activity promotes the video, and it just allows it to the algorithm to pick up on that. Is quite a popular one, and it'll share it to people, and even people which have subscribed already will get notified, which isn't something which hasn't been happening at the moment because my views are less than my subscribers. So we're just waiting. It's an operator in there at the moment loading, so we've just got to wait for them to finish, and once they are finished then we are done. We've got to go in and get this offloaded, so that's what we're waiting on. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and make sure you tune in for the next episode. Make sure you check out my playlists, especially the Heads of Value one. That's quite popular at the moment. And until next time, bye bye.